Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Dadas Show, coming to you from Trizon Resident Hotel here in Kilimani, Nairobi. I'm your host, Ashiko Mbune. As our name suggests, Dadas Show aspires to promote the spirit of sisterhood, solidarity and inclusivity amongst the women of Kenya. And we do this by creating an open and a safe platform for women to discuss any and all issues pertaining to their health and lifestyle, their families and careers, among other issues. We also take pride in having the conversation that matter not only to women but to society at large. On today's episode, we are exploring the exciting opportunities and careers in AI. We are also looking at how women can confidently and adequately prepare for them. We will also be breaking down some of the myths surrounding artificial intelligence. Our hope is that by the end of this conversation, you at home will know that you can actually be able to take part of this revolution, and you do not have to be a computer scientist. So whether you're a student, a professional hoping to upskill, an entrepreneur, or someone who is just curious about the future of work, then this is definitely the conversation for you. As always, we welcome you to take part and keep this conversation going on all our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1. You can also reach us on Facebook at Dadas Show KBC, or you can reach me personally at Ashiko the host across all social media platforms. Remember to share with us your thoughts, your feedback on this and any other episode that we've aired before. And as always, remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Before we get into today's engaging conversation, let's take a look at the following feature.
Artificial intelligence is no longer something we imagine in the future. It is already here, transforming the way we work, learn, do business, and make everyday decisions. From healthcare and banking to education, media, and entrepreneurship, AI is creating new possibilities while changing the skills required to succeed in the modern workplace. But as the digital economy continues to expand, one important question remains: are women prepared to take their place? For years, technology and computing have often been viewed as male-dominated fields, but that narrative is changing. Artificial intelligence is creating opportunities that go far beyond coding and computer science. Women can build careers around AI through data analysis, digital marketing, content creation, customer experience, cybersecurity, research, education, business development, and entrepreneurship. The opportunity is not only in creating AI, but also in understanding how to use it. For students, AI can become a powerful tool for learning, research, and developing new skills. For professionals, it offers opportunities to upskill, improve productivity, and explore emerging career paths. And for entrepreneurs, AI can support everything from marketing and customer service to data analysis, business planning, and identifying new opportunities. Yet, despite these possibilities, myths and fear continues to surround artificial intelligence. Some people believe AI will take away every job, while others assume that only computer scientists and programmers can participate in the AI revolution. But the reality is more complex. While AI is changing some roles and introducing new ways of working, it is also creating entirely new opportunities. Increasingly, the ability to work alongside AI and use it effectively could become just as important as traditional professional skills. For women preparing for this new world of work, the journey can start with simple steps: learning the basics of AI, exploring digital tools, developing analytical and problem-solving skills, and staying curious. The most important skill may be the willingness to keep learning, because technology will continue to evolve. Artificial intelligence is changing the world at remarkable speed, but the future of AI should not be built without women. Whether you are a student, a professional looking to upskill, an entrepreneur, or simply curious about technology, you do not need to know everything about AI to get started. You simply need the willingness to learn, adapt, and embrace new possibilities, because the digital economy is already here, and there is a room for women to not only participate, but to lead, innovate, and shape the future. Edna Murungi for Dadas Show.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, today's discussion is about preparing women for emerging careers and opportunities in AI. And to help me unpack this are members of a global organizations whose work continues to empower more women and girls to thrive in technology and innovation. This is Women in Tech, and of course we're joined by members of the Kenyan branch. And right next to me, I've got Waringa Njehia. Am I pronouncing it properly?
Perfectly.
Good. So we've got Waringa Njehia, who is the AI programs lead in the Kenyan chapter of Women in Tech. Karibu sana, Waringa.
Thank you for having me.
And right next to her, we've got Betty Chalo, who is an AI policy and governance advisor at the Ministry of Information, Communications and Digital Economy. So we are definitely covered. The panel is the best of the best. So I think we're going to get we will get our money's worth.
Yeah.
So we cannot fail to acknowledge my wonderful audience who are with us here at Trizan Resident Hotel. And we really, truly thank you for making time on this wonderful, very cold day to join us as we discuss issues that affect women of Kenya, as we communicate, as we heal, as we unlearn through communication. Asanteni sana, ladies. At the same time, I cannot fail to acknowledge and celebrate you who is watching us at home. Thank you so much for tuning into KBC Channel 1 every Sunday and every Wednesday to tune into Dadas Show. We truly, truly appreciate you. So, to start us off, kila mtu siku hizi anajua AI. So I was telling you guys before the break about how someone was saying, everyone, AI, the most common used word nowadays ni AI. Hii mambo ya AI sitaki kabisa. So let's start off with you, Waringa, as the AI lead. Yeah, we hear of artificial intelligence everywhere these days, but not many people fully understand what that means. In simple, very layman terms, what is AI and why should every woman be paying attention to it right now?
Okay. In simple terms, AI is a branch of technology that focuses on building systems that perform tasks. So these tasks would otherwise be done by human beings. So that's why we have the intelligence as part of the name. So it's artificial intelligence. So a subset of technology that focuses on building systems that perform tasks. These tasks could range from replying emails, could range from creating automations where you want something done automatically. That's just automation. Could, building software and just creating videos. I'm sure you've seen AI videos
and songs,
AI images, songs.
Wow,
blown. They are blown. Yeah. So that's basically what AI is. Yeah.
I'll get back to you, especially in terms of what is the true concern, because if you're saying that this is a system of technology,
a branch
that has been created to
perform
tasks that I do.
Yeah, that otherwise human beings would, like creation of songs.
So the idea about us being replaced may not be so far-fetched. It
is not.
I am jumping the gun, but thank you so much for defining that to us. Let's move on to you, Betty. Let's stay with you. So why is this so important for women? Why should we be paying attention? Because I feel like some of the things that us women can do, AI can't. Imagine. So
all right. The reason why everyone should be paying attention, not only women, is because as from the definition of what AI is, this is a branch of technology that performs tasks that would otherwise be performed by human beings. So if there is a technology that exists now that can do the things you would be paid to do, then it's very much important that you pay attention.
That you pay attention.
Yeah.
So as to not be replaced.
Yeah. The replacement is very much happening.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so we shall wait and see. Okay, so let's now move on to Betty. Betty, AI is changing the world, you know, and it's actually faster than ever. Because I believe like the first time I ever saw an AI song, I couldn't believe it, you know? So, on TikTok. So, which careers and opportunities do you believe are most accessible to women as we are sitting here? Most accessible and of course rewarding for women, maybe in the next like 5 years, so that we can start preparing for them today?
So you find that, and I think that's a very important question, because over time, as we've gone through different evolutions.
Yeah.
The internet came, shocked everybody. We stopped sending paper letters. Now we're sending emails. And now we're on the AI revolution. And you find that across both revolutions, women were not given the very technical or mechanical roles.
Yes.
We were given soft roles. We were told you can be an executive assistant. We were told you can be a project manager, for example. Things that would require us to, again, as you said, use our emotions and the things that AI cannot do.
Yeah.
People, management, and everything. And you find that now AI coming in and the speed at which it's moving, it's making it an equalizer, such that a woman who is at home, having 4 kids, running the household, can still fully run a business from her home. As Waringa said, we're looking at automations. If the AI can create for you a caption, and it can create for you a poster, and you have your goods in the house, then that's all you need to market.
Yes.
If you don't need to go to the studio, you just do a voiceover and you put it on the video and it goes. That's all you need to market.
Yeah.
And so you find that it's becoming an economic equalizer, it's becoming an academic equalizer as well, in such a way that women can now upskill, they can be able to enhance what they know fully online without having to go to physically enroll at a school. So there are endless opportunities. I mean, I've seen people who are venturing into being virtual assistants from their home.
From their home.
Yeah.
To somebody in Mexico.
Exactly, to companies in Delaware,
Yeah.
to people living in the UK. So you can do that from the comfort of your home. It's becoming a really good thing depending on the perspective you look at. And I mean, there's so much that we can do with AI nowadays.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the idea is just to identify,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, which is your strengths and how can AI make it happen.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. And I love what you said about perspective, because I think people are very scared of what they don't know. And actually, majority of the time, people hate what they don't know.
Yeah.
So if you look at most of the time, even in conflict areas, it's because there's a lot of you don't understand. Mwenzako. So I think perspective is very key here. Instead of looking at it as this big bad monster that is coming to replace me, look at how you can be able to integrate and make your life better.
Yes.
Amma?
Yes.
Okay. See, and AI can't do that. So let's come back to you, Waringa. You know, with all of these emerging careers, you know, we've not been able to narrow down, but I like what you've said. There are things like virtual assistant.
Yeah.
So with all of these emerging careers, how can we as women position ourselves to take advantage of these opportunities, you know, even though we do not have a technical background? Like I mentioned to you guys, some of us people, computer studies were introduced later on in high school. And that time it was like one desktop being shared by 10 people. So it was one of those electives that people really didn't pick up on. So now we are being forced to deal with AI na tulitarao computer studies hizo siku. So how do we position ourselves with absolutely zero, zilch, nada, zero technical background?
I really love this question, and I'm very passionate about the answer. The answer is domain knowledge.
Domain knowledge.
Domain knowledge. So one thing about AI is AI requires a lot of context for it to perform meaningful tasks.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of data, information, and this is the information that everyone has. For example, if I'm a doctor, I have a lot of domain knowledge in the industry of medicine. When it comes to applying AI in medicine, I'd be the best person to do that.
Yes, you'd be the expert.
Yeah, you'd be the expert. So if someone knows just AI and what it is, how to implement, how to create automations, how to build software, and they do not have context of the domain they want to build the software for or the automations for, then that will not be enough for them to create meaningful solutions that are needed in that industry. So one thing about what anyone and what the women can do is now use their domain knowledge and apply AI in their domain knowledge to leverage the most out of their industry. So we do not need to rush to learn how to code now, learn how to build automations. We need to focus on what problems.
Your domain knowledge.
Exactly.
You know, for a second, you threw me off with domain knowledge. Some national domain knowledge. www.
No.
So basically, you just mean your area of expertise.
Yes, exactly.
So if kama wewe ni mpishi, you're talking about that.
Perfect, yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
So ladies, if you're watching and you had domain knowledge and your brain instantly switched off, come back.
I'm so sorry.
Come back. Come back. It is your area of expertise.
Yeah, what do you know? Yeah. So for example, a chef will best use AI in their industry that other than trying to use AI in solving something else, solving a different problem.
Yeah.
So you as a person, your domain knowledge, your area of expertise is your biggest leverage. So when you learn the basics of AI, then you'll be the best person to leverage AI in your industry.
Wow.
Yes.
I like that. So you're the point of reference in this case. Wow.
Yes.
Now I've learned things today. Okay, so now back. I think it's the same question, Betty, but in a very interesting angle, you know. But the moment we hear, and that's why we even went back to really clarify what she means by domain.
Yeah.
So when many women hear about AI, you immediately think, I am not tech, so this isn't for me. What would you say to a teacher, an entrepreneur, a lawyer, an accountant, or a stay-at-home mom who doesn't seem to see the AI opportunity, or who is to help them see the AI opportunities? Because now you can see, I like what you said, now we're going with the flow. You've said, now I know my job. I'm a broadcaster, this is what I do. How do I integrate it? So what would you tell them in terms of looking out for opportunities?
So you see, ideally, AI is supposed to be our servant, right? AI is not supposed to be our master. And we can get into that later.
Yeah.
However, when you're there's that thing that you're good at, maybe you're a chef, if you're a stay-at-home mom, that still applies. Even mechanics, it still applies.
Yes.
So you find that AI is able to do the things that humans would logically do.
Yeah.
So you see, if you're a journalist like yourself, you look at, in my daily schedule, what are some of the logical tasks that I can do away with? You see? So if I can have an expert assistant in those logical tasks, then I'm able to free up time to be more productive, or even to get some rest and do my other things. That's how you're able to identify the opportunities for AI to come in and solve some of the problems in your life. You look at all these tasks that I do, which ones are, number one, repetitive?
Yes.
Which ones, number two, consume a lot of time? So you find that for some careers, you have a lot of research. You have to go through books, journals, reports, papers, just to get maybe a small paragraph of information. That can take you 2 weeks. With AI, that can take you 10 minutes.
I like what you've said. So you're looking at some of the tasks. How do you take advantage? You look at some of the tasks that are time-consuming and repetitive.
That's usually the easiest one. And then you find that, to some extent, depending on also what you're doing, if you want to do something that you don't have the skill for it, that can be the third consideration. Because you see, if you're running a business and you don't know how to do an invoice, AI can generate for you an invoice. You don't have to now again go hire an accountant, pay money, understand how books are balanced. You just have to be able to know how to instruct the AI properly, and then it gives you the invoice. So those three things: what is repetitive, what is time consuming, and a skill that you don't have.
And of course, all of this is in your domain, in your area of expertise. Naweza fundisha AI sasa.
At this point.
Naweza fundisha AI. So anyway, so as someone, back to you, Waringa. So I want to look at the mindset shifts. What are some of the mindset shifts and practical first steps that can help women confidently begin their AI journey?
Okay.
Because if you've noticed, we've already done our journey.
Yeah.
So here we know our area of expertise, we know where we want to rope in AI, but we still have, what are some of the mind shifts? Actually, what are some of the myths? Then we break those myths,
Okay. Myths, I would say people think AI is hard. People think you need to be technical to use AI. Very wrong, because you have a ChatGPT boyfriend and you're using AI already.
I do have a ChatGPT boyfriend. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so those are the biggest myths. And maybe it's expensive. It's a different topic depending on how you're using it.
Okay.
But these are just myths, and people are afraid of AI because of them.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You need to know that AI is, first of all, new. So it's not like you've been left by the train, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. This is something that was publicly available to users. The first chatbot, ChatGPT, was publicly available to users back in 2022. End of 2022, actually, November.
ChatGPT has been in existence since 2022.
November 2022, to be precise.
Yes, we just met.
So sorry.
Like last year, Avilena Ringa.
So this is something that is so new. We're just in 2026, barely 4 years.
Yes.
So you've not been left, but
So you've not been left behind.
Yeah. In the 4 years, to your advantage, AI has really evolved. Back then, we just had a chatbot that was just deterministic in terms of predicting the words for the next sentence or the next word, so that it would come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So it did not even have the reasoning skills that we think, the reasoning skills. So what we have now is AI that can create software, AI that can automate tasks that Betty was just talking about, AI that can help you plan your week, you plan your business and all that.
It can give you advice.
It can give you, AI can give you advice. Yeah, so what you need to do first is understand that this is something that just started, and it has leveled the ground, as Betty talked about. It has leveled the ground. Everyone can now use it. Everyone now has access to chatbots. The free versions are quite generous. Yeah, you barely run out of tokens or usage unless you, I'm trying not to be technical. Yeah, you barely run out of usage unless you're just using it quite a lot. Yeah. But first of all, you need to understand that it is free. But another thing is, you need to learn the basics of AI for you to apply it in your everyday tasks. So the basics of AI is, what can AI do? So you need to learn what AI can do. AI can now generate songs, AI can generate images, videos, AI can automate tasks, create software.
So you need to look at the advantages of AI to your life as we are changing the mindset. So you've said for starters, you're not behind.
You're not behind at all.
You know, because I think sometimes that's very intimidating, especially for older, us, where you sit and you keep on thinking every day, I've just understood ChatGPT, then I'm being told ChatGPT is the old version. I'm like, my friend, please, I just got here, and you're already telling me to go to another county. What do you want from me? And those are the things that make women now give up very quickly. So one, you said change of mindset. We said we've not been left behind. Secondly, it's free.
It's free.
Everybody
you can start using it.
You can start using it as now.
Yeah, and the good thing about AI is it uses natural language. You can just start talking to it in natural language, even mix Swahili here and there, sharing, and it will understand. So the fact that it has broken that barrier, you don't have to be technical, you can just use natural language, then that means everyone can use it.
Everyone can use it.
Yeah. All it needs is context of whatever you want to do or whatever you're good at. Because you said your expertise is your leverage.
Is your leverage.
Yeah. So first of all, learn the basics. It is free. You can use natural language, and the basics are, what can AI do?
Thank you so much. Are we feeling like this is actually attainable, It's no longer the monster that was somewhere in the corner that we just hear domain and then we keep quiet. Okay, so let's move on to you, Betty. As someone who's shaping policy, which is definitely your wheelhouse, you're shaping AI policy across Africa. You're also thinking about risks. How do you ensure that AI doesn't widen the existing gender inequalities, but instead it becomes a tool that empowers more women economically and professionally?
Fantastic. And I think this question has been a concern ever since, I would say, mid-2023. Okay. After everybody has gotten used to the rush of ChatGPT is here, what does it do, what is AI? There's always that thought of, what does this new revolution impact like how does it impact my life? So you find that ideally technology is not biased in itself. It's human beings who are biased. So you see, technology is available to everybody, but then it's human beings who decide, and I like to call them gatekeepers. They decide you can only go up to this far, you can only go up to this far. Because of maybe gender, age, etc., there are certain limitations that have been set mentally by society. So how do we ensure that there's the gap, the inequality gap is narrowed down? You find that even through initiatives like Women in Tech, the Kenya chapter, they usually do webinars, again, which is free, because we said that one of the things that the reasons why people find technology intimidating is that they feel like it's so far away.
And very expensive.
And very expensive. And you see now when you have a community of people who you're able to share concerns with, you're able to say, I'm struggling here, this is new. You find that sometimes mothers are struggling with the gap between their knowledge and how far their kids have gone in advancement. So you see, you having that community of people to tell you it's okay, this is how you can equip yourself. You find that when we're narrowing the inequality gap, it's by making it accessible. So if it's short courses, as short as 1 hour, you can learn fundamentals and basics of AI in an hour online and get certified.
Wow.
So you see, that is completely narrowing it down. And then now if we begin to look at inequality in a very different extent, if we're talking about people outside of the smart cities like Nairobi, we have, 5G network almost everywhere. If we're looking at someone who is in Lodwar, a primary school girl in Lodwar, and we're thinking about her in the sense of how do we reach to her through technology and AI, you find that now going to those places, because those places, one, don't have the infrastructure, some of them literally learn under a tree. And that seems very unrealistic to those of us who've grown up in academies. But then there's that person who you have to explain to them technology. Na Kiswahili.
Now that is just technology before you get to AI.
Before you get to AI. So you see, different levels of inequality require different levels of approach and outreach. So because technology is accessible to everyone, we just have to make sure they get it and they know about it. So even when it comes to, for example, policy, we recently released the Kenya AI draft policy. It's out for public participation. Our goal is to ensure that Mama Wanjiko, Mama Atieno who sells fish, Mama Mboga down the street is able to understand what AI is and how it affects her, because it does. There are people who make apps for farmers. Does that farmer know about data policy and AI and how it's being regulated and where their fingerprint is going? So if we're bridging inequality, it's not just inequality for women in the corporate, it's not just inequality for girls in primary school, it's across the board.
It's across the board.
Yes.
Wow. So you've said that policy has just been passed. Is it accessible? Can people read more about it?
Definitely, you can read the whole policy. It's about 200 pages. However,
but AI can summarize it for us. There you go.
Download the documents, upload on ChatGPT, tell it, give me a summary.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm liking this thing. I'm liking this thing a lot. So let me take the final question before we take a very quick break. But wow, it's been a good one, yeah? Nice. So now, as if there's actually, as AI becomes embedded in our workplace, in our daily lives, I've already told you that I'm one of those ones who run out of tokens because maybe I need to start making real friends. I'm always chatting with ChatGPT. So as AI becomes embedded in our workplace and in our daily lives, what skills do you believe will remain uniquely human and even become more valuable? And how can women future-proof their careers in an AI-driven world? You know, how can I ensure that there won't be someone seated on this chair or something doing my job with my face?
I know. I'll go back to domain knowledge, expertise. This is where you shine. This is your leverage. That is one thing everyone should understand. This is one thing that you know that not the next person knows or not ChatGPT knows in as much as you do. So with the domain knowledge that you have, you know the bigger picture. If there are processes, you know how processes should work. If there are policies, you know the policies. And this is not any other context everyone has, you see. So this is what you need to, this is what you need to lean on. So for example, when we're talking about
uniquely human.
Uniquely human.
Yes.
It's that design, the design of the things that you do. It's the people's skills that you need to have. The things that ChatGPT or any other AI cannot automate or do for you. You see. Yeah, so that's what I would advise, lean towards.
So you'd lean to tell people to start working on their skills, on their people's skills.
People's skills, know everything about your domain, because when it comes to automating these skills or making AI do them, you will be the person we go to. So, hapa mnafanyanga aje? So you tell us and then we automate that process. And then you be the person that designs that process. You say, you know what, we can't do that this way, that way. We need to change that and do it this way. So you'll not be the one doing it, you'll be the one instructing it. So you are the big designer.
So you hope that you're the big designer before the next person becomes the big designer for the same career of yours. Hey, anyway, we're going to take a short break and then we'll be back for the question and answer session. Don't go far away. Welcome back. We are just having, the most amazing time talking about AI and how it can completely revolutionize and at the same time scare us. So now we are straight to the question and answer session where I'll give an opportunity to my wonderful audience to ask or share a comment or an observation on today's topic. To start us off, we've got Lynn. Lynn, karibu sana.
So my question is, you mentioned the policies that have been released by the government. So there are many people who don't really know all this about AI. Like some of us are actually learning that there's a policy right now. So how do you train and educate people on such things so that they're not left by whatever is happening? AI is something new. How do we keep people in the loop? Those who have just learned technology, those who are just trying to attempt AI, how do you keep them so that they can be interested and also so that they can learn what AI is and how it works and the policies and the rules that AI has? Yes.
As you've mentioned, the field of technology moves so rapidly, even for us in the industry. You sleep, and it happens the same to us. There's a time we were very used to ChatGPT. You wake up, there's Gemini. You sleep, you wake up, there's Claude, and it just continues advancing. So our goal is usually not to get everybody to the same level. Waringa has mentioned about being an expert in your field. My role is, for example, if once the policy has been released, I can tell you, this is your field of agriculture if you're an onion farmer. This is how AI is going to impact your field, or this is how you can leverage AI to increase the revenue for your shamba. I don't want, the goal is not to make everybody an engineer. So you see, I can't go telling teachers about data centers and sovereignty. It's not their work. Ours is just to ensure that, for example, similarly with the internet, many of us in this room cannot explain actually how the internet works behind the scenes, the zeros and the ones. But over time, you are trained how to use the internet for your role.
Exactly. So let's move on from Lynn to Abigail. Abigail, karibu sana.
Thank you for this opportunity. I would like to ask a question to any one of you. I'm just wondering, I think it must have been maybe 2003 when I started seeing Cursive pop up in my emails, asking me to pay, I don't know what, I don't know, be left behind. Then there was YouTube. Every day they're saying, I don't know, we are starting on Monday. don't know a cause for what, don't be left behind, you'll be outdated. So just ignoring that I've been ignoring that I think for the last 2 years. So I was wondering if I played that game another 3 or 4 years. Just not thinking about me, about all of us Kenyans, or maybe in the whole world. What will happen to those people who are just ignoring AI? Or some even are not even aware. How will someone look like, in your view? How do you think someone will look like in another 5 years and we ignored AI?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
There was a time where for you to get government services, you had to go to a government
Physically,
office. Yes. For you to get banking services, you had to go queue at the bank. When they close at lunchtime, they've closed. You wait until they reopen. Now, imagine someone who refused to learn how Google works. They can't access eCitizen. They also can't file their taxes. They can only use M-Pesa on the offline app. They can't use the online app. They can't apply for marriage certificate. They can't access general services that they're at liberty to access as a Kenyan. So similarly with AI. Now, AI will just be built on top of what is already online. So you find, for example, you log into eCitizen and you need to find, maybe they've changed the system, and you find a chatbot, a bubble there, telling you, hi, talk to me.
Yes.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to interact with that platform, that is an AI chatbot. Now, you will be frustrated as a citizen. That is an example of eCitizen.
Yeah.
Move to healthcare, right? Imagine a hospital that is understaffed, and they are handling a lot of critical health services. They come and tell you, Madam, sit here at the reception. Here is a tablet. Describe for us your problem. Interact with this platform, right? So you find that, again, as I mentioned earlier, we're not trying to tell you to be an engineer, but understand how AI is affecting your life in your expertise. That is work life. If you're a mom, how you can use AI to create recipes with the ingredients you have in the house, but also understand how the services that you are supposed to access as a Kenyan citizen are being integrated with AI. Because if you fail to understand that, then one day you will walk into a public health center and you will want to speak to a physical nurse. They tell you, no, nurses will only speak to you after you've interacted with this tablet. So it becomes very dangerous, beyond job replacement, beyond being sacked at work, beyond losing touch with your kids and how they're interacting with technology. It goes to how you access your services anywhere as a citizen. So for me, it's very important to learn.
The quality of life.
Yes.
I guess in 5 years, if you've decided to stick your head in the sand like the proverbial ostrich, I think would be terrible.
Yeah.
But carry on.
I love that you've started with explaining that there are people in your inbox trying to threaten you that you'll be left behind. And we all need to understand that everyone is trying to make money with AI. People are riding on the virality. In as much as there's a threat of, yeah, you need to learn this thing, but it's not that critical for you to feel like, oh my God, I need to pay $200 there, $500 there. We need to calm down.
Calm down.
We need to calm down. Everything that you need to learn is available for free. It is available on YouTube. Go and search how AI is being used in your industry. How you can use AI to how can you embed AI in the processes that you already do, the processes that you so much know about because of the domain knowledge, because of your expertise. Another thing is we have the chatbots. The chatbots, they just need context. These chatbots, by chatbots I mean ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and the Chinese models that are quite cheap. So these models, they just need context. So if I go and say that I'm this accountant working for this industry, and this is what I do, these are my concerns, what should I learn? Then it will do a lot of research, and it has been trained on everything that there is on the internet, building on what Betty has said, that we are building on what we have already. So AI has been trained on all the information there is available on the internet. So when you do that, it will be able to curate a roadmap, and I love that everyone can have a unique roadmap. For example, I want to learn how to implement AI in my social media. There are ways to implement chatbots on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on Facebook Messenger, and every other platform. Even your comments can be automated. But everyone has a different goal. For example, you want to learn how to integrate AI in maybe accounting. There are the ways in which AI is being used in accounting today. That is what you should be learning, not how to integrate chatbots on Instagram. There's another person who has very active social media pages, and it's becoming overwhelming. But they can use AI to not only reply to comments, reply to DMs, but also analyze that data to understand what does the audience need.
Really?
What do people want? Yeah.
And doing way too much work.
I am sorry, but actually, to answer the question, that's the issue.
Yeah.
When you do not learn AI, you will end up doing a lot of work that can now be automated.
Yeah, and
that's-
outsourced.
And outsourced.
Yes.
You need to do the bigger picture. Think about your business, learn your clients, talk to them, visit them, call them. You see, the people skills, the relationship building. That is what people should be doing, not sitting down for 3 hours replying to DMs and comments.
We're going to move on quickly to Sylvia. Sylvia has a question. Sylvia, karibu sana.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Bosibori, and I'm wondering, where do we draw the line between when AI is assisting human decisions and when AI is making them? Because AI is becoming more capable in healthcare, finance, and all these industries. So when do we decide that we delegate this to AI and this we are making like the decision? And also, when AI assists a person in making a decision that will harm them, who is responsible? Is it the developer? Is it the AI? Is it the society? Is it the user? Yeah.
I would say we avoid over-relying on AI for decisions that impact our lives. For example, should I sue this person? Should I, let's say, commit this crime or things of the sort? We should use AI when it comes to things like, how do I file my taxes? How do I write this email? How do I respond to this email? We should use AI for things that are kind of professional and not so personal. Because when it comes to our personal lives, when the AI does not have guardrails in place, or the guardrails are not that strong, then it can wander off and advise you to do the wrong things. You've mentioned that there are people who have been advised to commit suicide with AI, and who is responsible? It's the people that should. It's the creators of the AI, the developers themselves, because they should put the guardrails in place. They should be able to catch that this is an emotionally triggered person and they are very sensitive, and anything we say to them, they can immediately execute. So those guardrails should be in place, and that is why we have intense training for these AI models. So I would say use it for what would be professional, like how to do, even educational, how to do your math, how to cook this meal, things of the sort. But when it comes to personal decisions, I'd say just seek someone, a human being, and that's why these are one of those skills that will not be taken by AI, because it is very hard to train AI on all these guardrails that should be in place.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sylvia. I hope your question was answered. Let's move very quickly to Pamela. Pamela, welcome.
Thank you, Ashiko, for having me. Pamela, my name, and to our amazing panelists. I have a question on, you see we have so many young people with brilliant ideas of AI tech and driving innovative ideas. The problem comes when they don't have funding, mentorship, and enough infrastructure to turn their ideas from paper or from ideas to real solution. And my question is there anything that the government is doing about it, or is there some future plans on how they can help the innovators, especially the women? Yeah.
So you realize that AI, I would say, especially in the African continent, took us by surprise, and I don't say that lightly. because as much as we say AI has existed, or the ChatGPT bit was known to the public end of 2022, AI has been in existence since 1950.
The lies.
Yeah. It's
So you realize, as a continent, we are grappling with the fact that, one, our governments have to upskill, two, our citizens have to upskill. Everybody has to know something about AI, including our politicians, which is another story we can get to another day. However, with the kind of support we're looking to have, even myself as an innovator, because I get to deal with tech deployments here and there, the government does not come in as an infrastructure enabler. The government comes in as an ecosystem enabler. So you find a lot of these initiatives, and I guess the problem is awareness, and the problem is getting the youth and the women to know that there is support for them, is mainly funded by private sector. The infrastructure and the mentorship is given by private sector. How government comes in is that they say, okay, what do you need to reach 1 million youth? Is it a signature on a paper? Here, we sign, go deploy across the counties, or in the county ICT hubs, the G2ME hubs. The government gives private sector the permission for them to implement these programs. However, I know the shortfall is that there is no awareness, because on my end, and I think even with Waringa's visibility, we know so many programs where they do not know where to find the youth, and they don't know where to find the women who are in tech and who have innovations. So on one hand, they don't have people. On this other hand, we don't have the access to the training and the mentorship that they are offering. So it's like we're sitting in two different corners. But we need, and I guess that's where the common spaces need to come in, similar to what Women in Tech Kenya chapter have. We bring those two people together. We say, you want access to skills, you want access to infrastructure, you want access to cloud credits, the AI tokens. We have them. We need to upskill you as part of our annual KPIs. So I think this is beyond putting the government at the center, because the government has done their jobs. The programs have been signed off by Nairobi County, signed off by Machakos County, by the highest office of the president. They've been done. But it's just that now we are sitting in two different worlds. An office is somewhere in Rome trying to implement a project in Nyeri. It can't work.
That can't happen.
Exactly. So I guess it's now bringing those two parties together, and that, I guess, would be a call for us to figure out how we can do the awareness to bring those two parties together.
In the perfect world, what would that be? What would that look like?
My goodness, in my perfect world, a person should be able to leave, for example, Tuk University in CBD, walk to Huduma Center at GPO and ask for to be enrolled in a program and to be enrolled there and then. That for me would be a perfect world.
Nice,
And you see now that calls for integration, that all these government offices have visibility of every program running in their county. But at the moment where we are now, that doesn't exist. But in the perfect world, I would love to see that happen.
Wow. Well, you and me both. Let's move on very quickly to our final question of the day, and that is from Madam Florence. Florence, karibu sana.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Florence. I'm a certified accountant. And I feel AI is really harassing people, because being an accountant, you've invested so much in finances and also time, because you go through the undergraduate, do the professional courses, and also you do an MBA, I'm an MBA. So I feel like the AI is really harassing people, because there's not much invested about the AI. So what is going to happen to those careers that we've invested a lot of money and also the time in those careers? And also, like in my area, my sector, I'm in agriculture and manufacturing. I feel like what do I need to embrace in the AI so that I can have the skills to remain very relevant, so that I am not phased out. Thank you.
You do realize that to be relevant in your field, you have to find out now and this is how I usually think, I guess it's different for different people, but I think risk first. So what risk does AI play in the financial sector? Nowadays, it's very easy to create a fake invoice, fake receipts. There's also financial fraud with AI assistance. So then you begin to realize you are the solution, because you're the expert in the finance sector. You are the solution to that problem. So in which of these risk areas are you most interested in? Then you're able to learn to upskill in that sector. So if you're learning about AI-assisted financial fraud, then you move from being just an accountant to being a financial fraud AI advisor. You get? So it's a consistent learning journey. As we discussed earlier, you're just putting AI as a layer on top of what you already know. We're not asking you to change careers and become a doctor or become a pilot. Just figure out what are the risks that AI play in your field. Then you act as a solution. Go and learn about those risks. Go and learn about how do I identify those risks, how do I mitigate those risks as a professional in the sector, and then you become a valuable player in the company. Yeah.
So we have definitely come to the end of extremely intriguing conversation that we've had today. We are truly, truly honored to have had a very, very informed and very insightful panel. Asanteni sana, ladies, for being here with us. Thank you so much for the questions from our lovely audience. So on behalf of our location partner, Trizon Resident Hotel here in Kilimani, Nairobi, the production team at KBC, myself, Ashiko Mbone, the entire crew, we thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will catch you same time, same place next week. But for now, goodbye. God bless.